I digress. So it's regarding the big beautiful bill and the working family tax cut act, right? I think the only thing they got correct there was the acronyms. BBB, that should definitely be the big billionaires bill. And then it should be the Wealthy Family Tax Cut Act, because that's how that worked out. So everything that they're suggesting is okay, right? It's for the rich people, not the working class. Not okay, great. All right. So what are they proposing in these bills or these acts, right? Budget cuts to SNAP. That's the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. That's for food. Mostly kids have babies, but you can't feed them. Okay, great. Medicaid, so that's health care, medical care. The ACA tax credits are expiring. By the way, Affordable Care Act and Obamacare is the same thing. They just say Obamacare to give it, because that's the man who created it. Don't let it distract you. Basically, that's the money that has been allocated via tax revenue, money we pay, right? Remember, all this is via our money, right? Tax revenue, right? So that money is basically so that our premiums are capped, and people can have access to affordable care. That's it. So there's one party now saying, well, that's their fault because, hey, they're expiring. Like, they shouldn't have put expirations in there. That's their fault. Well, see, the thing is to avoid this before, and they negotiated. So what they negotiated and they voted on was this, so that we could just continue these. They wouldn't expire, right? But that's a part of the negotiation, because one party said, no, we don't want people to have full health care and medical care. We don't want to pay for that. We want the businesses to keep making money, and we want to keep charging people for that. We don't want to spend money on that. We don't want to help people like that. Okay, well, here's the thing. In order to get people to agree to the minimum of like saying, hey, we're going to cap some costs and allow some people to get access to like different coverage, right? That is more affordable to them, right? Yeah, so they agreed to that. So they say, well, we're gonna put in these expirations for it, right? And figuring that we're at that point, enough people should be behind it. Like, yes, this really helped. We want to continue this, and we actually want to make it better. Well, the one party is saying, no, we're not gonna do that, because see, the thing is that's a part of our cuts, so we can fund this bad boy right here, this act right here. Because see, the thing is, if we cut off the money, the tax revenue, our money, for food, for health care, and also for TANF, which is temporary assistance for needy families. So that's money, that's tax revenue for housing, food, and utility support services, right? They also help them with job preparation, so that way you teach a man the fish you can eat for a lifetime. That way the government don't have to keep feeding them. That, i.e., our tax dollars don't have to keep going to them, because it helps them prepare for jobs, so that way they go get a job and they feed their families and hopefully make enough money to do that, so they don't need the assistance. Okay, we're gonna keep going, right? So listen. So then they said, all right, well, listen, and then that's also child care and work assistance. So if you were getting, like some supplemental support, via grants, or, maybe just TANF cash assistance for child care, vouchers, things like that. Yeah, that's what that money was for. But they said, listen, but if we cut the money for the food, if we cut the money for the health and medical care. Oh, and this is the wild part about the health and medical care, I forgot to tell you. One party's going to tell you, no, we just made a $50 billion investment in Medicaid. Well, the thing is these BBBs, this act here, it actually removed $200 billion. So they took $200 billion from it and then put back $50 billion. So really they removed $150 billion from it, but they're telling you, hey, we invested $50 billion in it. Crazy, right? No, you didn't invest nothing. You stole from me. You stole from us. Let's be honest. You stole $150 billion. That's what you did. Okay, great. So anyway, so then you say, all right, we're gonna help people keep the lights on and things like that. Winter time's coming. It gets really cold. Like it gets really hot. Seniors. What about those people? Yeah. What about like those senior homes? What about assisted living? What about like caregiver? Like it's all these things. So you're cutting all that too in this, right? And